Two teams here, each off to 1-0 starts as this one is underway on EA Sports. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Raven defense going to call a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
Here we go. Here we go. 180. 12, 12, 12.
Quickly to the air is Burrow. And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes. So an early wake-up call there leads to a quick 2nd and long. Burrow will throw. Man open, that's Ja'Marr Chase complete. 27 yards there, a first down.
The partner, they're locked in man coverage out left, and they end up running a crossing route. Rounded it a little bit more than a slant. He's just going to angle himself towards the right side of the field, and that's very difficult for a defender to shadow him across all that ground.
They will throw on first down with Burrow. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. The Bengals at 1-0 on the year following the win in Week 1, and they were able to get that road victory in the opener. Now they look to get to 2-0 in front of the home crowd.
And look, any road win in the NFL, that's huge. But when you do it Week 1, that gets you pointed in the right direction and sends notice to the rest of the league that you mean business.
On second down, Burrow. Flush to his right. To Mixon on the check down. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
And I like the idea here. Get the ball in his hands, even if it's in the passing game. 3 catches a week ago, and he does a nice job here to pick up yardage.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. They give to Mixon to try to pick it up. And he gets it down to the 48, enough for the first. They're passing here, Joe Burrow. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. Look at this Baltimore defense. They find themselves just a couple of spots outside of the top 10 defending the pass, number 12 in the league.
And since this is such a good unit of covering passes downfield, I think that last play is typical of what we might see. A lot of short passes, see if they can generate some run after the catch, but nothing doing on that one.
Burrow going to get this out to Chase. There he goes, right side. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. A gain there of 30 big ones. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down.
11 MT, 11 MT.
Now it's Burrow. And it'll be intercepted. Kyle Hamilton picks it, and the Ravens are going to take possession of the football as they force the turnover on the opening drive. Not something you see very often from a quarterback of his caliber, an opening drive interception.
Oh, there's no doubt in my mind that even he's surprised at how that one played out. But we know this guy is not going to stop him from continuing to fire as this game goes along. Probably give a little nod of respect across the field for that one and let him know he'll be back the very next series.
And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. Good coverage downfield led to him taking off, picking up the first down on a 13-yard run. Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter. A collegiate star here in the Buckeye State, it's J.K. Dobbins. And he'll be taken down right around the 34 after a pickup of only a yard. Off the play fake to Dobbins, here's Jackson. The connection here with Nelson Aguilar. A gain there of 21 yards. So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. Here's Jackson to throw. Completes it to Aguilar. From the 38 now, here's 2nd and 3. Jackson on the give to Dobbins. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 4 coming up.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
On the move to his left. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. Give him 10 that time, escaping the danger, running with it, and picking up a 1st down. And now Jackson will look to throw it. That is caught. Rashad Bateman. Touchdown. Rashad Bateman, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Ravens use the early turnover to get on the board first here in this one. Good start to the season for him. He had the touchdown last week in the opener and a 2nd one in week 2 now.
How about the pace he's already established, right? Not sure he can keep it up for an entire season, but don't burst the bubble because he thinks that he can.
Do guys go into a season with a goal for touchdown scored or yardage? What do you think?
I think every single one of the guys who's going to touch the football, they all have those types of goals. They all have those types of thoughts. And then they just have to see how the season unfolds if they can stay with it.
Unfolding so far so good for him. The Bengals drive about to get going. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others. Where they think they have an advantage, dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
First play of the drive going for 14 and a 1st down. Now Burrow. Out of his hands quickly to Higgins. The result, only 4 yards there on the play, and that'll make it 2nd down. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. From the 43, here's his 2nd down and 6. Burrow looking to pass. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
Come on, D. Hey, check Mike 6, Mike 6. Come on, baby. Let's see what you got. Mike 6, stop.
On 3rd down, Burrow. Oh, he'll let one go deep for Higgins. And incomplete on the deep ball.
Zone coverage there, and they were playing deep. That makes it obviously a little bit harder to run by guys. And that time, there's not much of a window to get the ball in there, and it winds up incomplete.
Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. So on 4th down, on is Brad Robbins to punt for the Bengals. And the win last week punted 4 times as this one's away. And this is going to hit the goal line and continue on into the end zone for a touchback. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. Early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game. But I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice. But at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood.
A couple extra tight ends in the formation here as they line up 3rd and 2. They'll try to run for it with Dobbins. And he'll be tackled about 2 yards shy of the line to gain. A 1-yard pickup leads to 4th down.
You know, we might start getting some props here in the booth. You know, that one that says the D and then the fence that you put up next to it. How about that? They brought out the jumbo package and still couldn't move them off the line of scrimmage enough to pick up that 1st down.
Impressive. They were ready defensively for that jumbo set. They're going for it with Dobbins. Taking it right down Broadway. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. Now it's Jackson. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be 2nd and a couple. Now Jackson. And this is caught. Touchdown, Baltimore. Nelson Agholor. His first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Ravens have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and it's now 14-0. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. Charlie Jones now from his end zone. And he's only going to make it to the 13-yard line and no further. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still second quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. On 1st and 10, Joe Burrow. Buying time to his left. Oh, he'll let one go deep for Higgins. And this one is incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Inside handoff to Mixon. And he's going to be down close to a 1st down at the Ravens 32. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. They'll come to the line needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. On 3rd down, Mixon. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. 2 minutes to play, first half. It's 14-0. A reminder, coming up at halftime, we'll head to Orlando. Standing by there, Jonathan Coachman. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL in this 2nd week of the regular season. Throwing now, Burrow on 1st down. Oh, Everything falling apart now. Another one intercepted. Picked up by Patrick Queen. And he will bring this back. It's a pick six and a Raven touchdown. Now Tucker to add the PAT. And it is now 21-0. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. Oh, the return is Jones from the end zone. And he's only going to make it to the 13-yard line and no further. The Bengals drive about to get going. Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse that this is an important possession. But I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 4-score deficit. And if they don't score it here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball.
11 MT, Tate. 11 MT, Tate.
Now it's Burrow. He's got a man. That's caught. Left sideline. Just like that, out of danger and up past the 40 now for 1st and 10. Here's Burrow. Eluding the pressure right. He gets this in the hands of Mixon. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. The Bengals going to use the second of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half.
11 MT, 11 MT.
Now Burrow on 1st down. Oh, great grab by Chase. And he'll be out of bounds about a half to a full yard shy of the 5. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18.
How about the way they're moving the ball down the field? They had a big play a moment ago. Followed it up with another nice one here. And before you know it, they're already looking at 1st and goal.
Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. Forced out to his left. And that is caught. He's got it for a Bengal touchdown. From 6 yards away. And the Bengals get a late score here, the final minute of the first half. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And they'll cut the lead to 21-7. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. Duvernay going to sit on this in the end zone, so it'll come out to the 25. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And with a 21-7 lead already in their hip pocket, probably not a time to get too creative or inventive here. We'll see. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a 1st down. Jackson. And he'll be taken down by the Bengal pressure. The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1. Throwing on 2nd and long. Jackson on the run. He'll let it go deep. Right sideline. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. Jackson now. And that went a little too high as it's knocked away and incomplete. Facing 4th down, Baltimore will punt. Jordan Stout out there. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. So we have reached halftime here with the visiting Ravens out in front as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. The Ravens ready to receive it, and they've got the lead as well as we resume play in the second half. Taken at the goal line. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line. The Baltimore offense at the line set to get going. Charles, for them, pretty good first half on the ground. They had some success running the ball in quarters 1 and 2, and they've got the lead. Now a chance to expand upon that lead here with their first drive in the third quarter. Yeah, and believe it or not, you and I have noticed that this great game of football has shifted towards pass first, run second. So for me, Jackson hit, and he lost the football. And the Bengals grab it. And some room to roam now. And a terrific return as he takes this thing all the way down near the 20-yard line. Well, CD, that's one of those plays you put a mark by. I mean, that could be a big momentum swing here on the opening drive of the third quarter. Yeah, we may have to revisit it, right? Because if that drive ends up in the end zone, they're sitting pretty at that point. Now, instead, it's a two-score game that has a chance to tighten up considerably. Now Burrow. This one swung out to Williams. Touchdown, Bengals. Travion Williams from 21 yards away. And the Bengals take the forced fumble and convert it into 6 points. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And they're back within a touchdown at 21-14. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. On the return, Devin Duvernay. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Pretty important third quarter drive for them. Momentum has sort of shifted the other direction after that last touchdown as they nurse this small lead. From the 22 now, here's a 2nd and 7. They'll go again with Dobbins. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. 80 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon. Working with the lead, trying to get to 2-0. Here's 1st and 10. And this defense able to plug him up there as he'll get a yard to the 35. Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. 2 first downs have him up near midfield now on 1st and 10. Play action. Now Jackson rolling to his left. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. Opted to run for it. The decision a good one. Picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. A give up the middle to Dobbins. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down. Boy, where would these guys be without his performance on the ground? That puts him over 100 yards now for the afternoon, and I tell you, he seems to be getting stronger as the day goes along. Jackson from the shotgun. That's complete left side to Bateman. And he's got another 1st down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals' 12-yard line. The Ravens get a new set of downs, give them 17 on that pickup. From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. They'll run up the gut with Dobbins. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down. To throw is Jackson. He finds Aguilar over the middle. And in for the Ravens touchdown. Nelson Aguilar with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And they are able to add on to their advantage. Tucker with the extra point, and the lead now up to 14. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And this will be a touchback as Ed sails over the end line. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive.
A lot of time for this unit to game plan on the sideline after that drive that they watched the other side just score. But remember, last time they were out, they scored as well. We'll see if they can seize that momentum right back.
And they have had a lot of time to cool off.
And that's caught inside the 30. And he will step out of bounds here inside the 30. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Looking to throw. And he's got his big tight end here. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. The Bengals passing game finding a rhythm. They've got another first.
Well, normally you see 3 tight ends in a formation. You have to think to yourself, this has got to be a run. And I know as a safety, when I saw that, I took an extra step or 2 towards the line of scrimmage. Instead, they threw the ball, and he found one of those tight ends for a very nice pickup.
Dancing to his left. Throwing for Chase on the crosser. He's got it. So 3 plays already 1st and goal, and they are wasting little time. Mixon will take this one in. Touchdown, Cincinnati. Well, they move the ball down the field through the air, Charles, and then finally they get the running game involved, and it works to perfection. Touchdown.
And, partner, I kept waiting for that running game to come into play, and they actually saved it until the very end. Touchdown goes on his stat sheet, but you and I both know, and he knows as well, his teammates airing it out made this a successful drive.
This fielded right at the goal line. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he'll go out of bounds all the way down inside the 35.
But when the highlight is shown of this play, all attention is going to be on the person running with the football. But how about the group as a whole? Setting up that big-time return, yardage that we won't even account for in the box score, may help them win the game.
All right, Charles, as a former defensive back, how disheartening to actually catch it but just not be able to stay in bounds there defensively.
Well, extremely, because you know the rap against us defenders is that we're frustrated offensive guys who can't catch. And he caught it. Just couldn't get his feet down in bounds. It's that second part that finished off the play for him.
115 yards on the ground here for Dobbins, and a first down coming up.
Most of their damage has been done through the air. I mean, they've rung the bell 3 times with passing touchdowns, but guess what? Ground game has not been neglected. Nice little burst right there.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play, so we will switch ends as the 3rd quarter has come to a close. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Jackson going to find his running back here. It's Dobbins, and they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. They go play action with Jackson out to his left. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. It's a 9-yard gain, and it'll keep the drive moving. So 1st and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. Edwards will get about halfway there as he takes this from the 4 down to the 2. From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. They'll try to pound it in with Ricard. And trying to push forward, but he is going to be stuffed up in the backfield. A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, 3rd and goal. Here's Jackson. Got a man, it's caught for a Ravens touchdown. Odell Beckham from 3 yards out. And the Ravens are on their way to a 2-0 start. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and the lead now up to 14. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. Here's Jones to bring it out of the end zone. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. The Bengals drive about to get going.
This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles' defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. He'll look to throw. Steps away to his left. A leap, and he's got it. He got it. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds.
Work to do here to avoid falling to 1-1, but this is 1st and 10 right now.
They'll set up to throw. Oh, he'll let one go deep for Higgins. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete.
And did he get in? No. They'll mark him out at the 1-yard line.
A big play there for Cincinnati. 45 yards. First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game.
Williams is in. Touchdown, Bengals. So how about that for an answer? They get the touchdown there, and it's back to a one-score game here in the 4th.
And that's what these guys have done all game long because they've scratched and slashed their way to stay in this game. And by now, we should all realize they're not going away. Now the pressure again swings to their defense because they're going to need to find some way to get the ball back.
Burrow's going to look to throw for it.
Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete. So unable to throw it in for 2 from the 2. Let me ask you, as a former DB, what changes there around the goal line on a 2-point conversion as far as how you're defending it?
You just make sure you never back up and you never retreat. You establish yourself really on the line of scrimmage, put your heels on the goal line at worst, and if they're going to throw the ball, make them throw it over your head because they're going to run out of space because of the back of the end zone. Never let a guy catch one in front of you.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. Jackson on first down. And this turns into a nice gain with a slide at the end. The escapability in evidence there as that one good for 15 and a first. Now flags come in. I think one of the Ravens got going a little early. A false start backs them up 5, 1st and 15. Throwing is Jackson. He's going to float this over the middle deep.
And this nearly an interception, but it's incomplete. Well, a turnover really would have helped him there, but not to be.
So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down. Off the play fake, here's Jackson. He'll buy some time right.
That's complete. It's Devin Duvernay. He's across midfield.
And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10.
Dobbins running out of the gun.
And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down. Now the objective there, I mean, yes, the positive gain, that's nice, but work some clock.
Yeah, you're exactly right, but the problem for them is still within a possession, so they can't just sit on it running the ball. They'll have to find a way to throw it effectively as well.
Rolling to his right.
He'll find Dobbins out of the backfield.
And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. Play action. It's Jackson. Steps away. Pass incomplete, but the flag in the backfield, and this might be a roughing call. Trailing in the 4th, this close of a game, that's a penalty you just can't afford.
It's an absolute killer, and it's one that drives coaches and teammates insane.
A shotgun snap and a give to Dobbins.
And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Whistles now in a timeout defensively. So a wise move as they'll use the first of their timeouts to force one more play before the 2-minute warning.
Now Dobbins again on second down.
And here he'll get it down to the 7. We've got a one-score game with inside of 2 minutes remaining. Now this is a big third down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here. On third down, here's Dobbins. Yeah, this is only going to be a gain of 2. He needed 3. It's 4th and 1.
This has been an up-and-down, back-and-forth type of a game, hasn't it? Maybe this long drive, take a little bit of the wind out of their sails, kind of settle things down a little bit.
So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. This to perhaps salt this one away. Tucker's kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further.
So that one, CD, going to make the road back a lot more difficult.
Oh, there's no doubt about that. You know they were praying on the other sideline for a miss because now, as you pointed out, a very difficult road. Down 2 scores. You don't just need a touchdown. You need a chain of events to go your way. You've got to score, somehow get the ball back, and score again. The odds of that happening, not great in your favor.
Here's 1st and 10.
11. Who's got 84? Check 84. 12. I'm letting you know right now. You better. 11.
Burrow. Flushed out right.
Now Burrow loses the football.
Well, I think a Bengal player was able to get in there. He was. And they'll keep possession of the football.
Fortunate to get that football back, because trailing here in the second half, last thing they needed was to lose the possession.
And the word I think of here is opportunity, because it could have been lost there. Their chance to score points, but the opportunity for the defense was to go ahead and really close this game down if they were able to get possession.
And he's going to go down again.
Odafe Oweh in there to take him down, and the clock will roll. Well, this feels like a late season game, even though it's just week 2. Here's a big third down. Here's Burrow.
And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. And they have the football and will take over at the 24-yard line. Oh, Jackson's going to throw it. Under pressure, and down he goes. They sack him back at the 36. Throwing on 2nd and long. Jackson. That'll be incomplete with 9 seconds now showing on the clock.
Well, partner, guaranteed they approach this play with the idea of making up ground to make third down manageable. Unfortunately, with that incompletion, right back where they started on the last snap. Now they need a big third down play in order to pick up the yardage needed.
So they settle for just the 3, but clearly right now anything helps trying to salt this one away in the 4th.
Without a doubt, obviously a touchdown probably would have been the final nail to finish this thing off, but it still ate up time, got points. So while it's not mission accomplished, it's darn close.
And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
Mixon with a first down carry. And he'll be taken down here, and that is how this one is going to come to an end.
And as this defense walks off the field, they can do so with their heads held high. What a performance.